gals, and everybody in between. It's your boy Jovi on a little trail walk. And I've been getting text messages and DMs and all different types of things anytime I see somebody's asking about Stranger Things. So instead of waiting when I can get some time to get up with Sam, I'm gonna go ahead and record my review of season 5 and Stranger Things as a whole. And you know, we like to do sweet and sour. And I wanted to start off with my sour. I'm gonna make this quick. My sour for season 5 is there was maybe some plot lines or some things that were unnecessary. There were some things that were presented to us that really didn't add to the rest of the story. And honestly, it was just time, right? So for us to have waited so long, I feel like things were presented and brought up that really didn't do anything to the ending. There is a character, Sarah Connor. It just doesn't make sense for her to even be a thing. We already had our military baddie, and that would have been fine to bring him back. But with her, it just seems like when everything was over and she couldn't find 11, it was, oh, okay, everything goes back to normal, nothing happens. And there is a point in time where 11 could have killed her, and all of that would have actually been worth it because you really notice she's not after her anymore. Whatever, I'm not nitpicking this season because it was time for it to be over. Now, as a whole, same issue. There's whole seasons within Stranger Things that were unnecessary, and they never go back to any of the plot lines that really, like, what's up with the clock? What's up with everything that happened in Russia? Like, there's a lot of stuff that we never went back and had a conversation about. Now, let me think about as a whole, or even back to season 5. Where are all the Demogorgons, the Demodogs, the Demodims, the Doug Demodomes? Where were they during this huge final fight? Where were they when they were running around and upside down, literally about to destroy it? Just seems like they just were like, screw it. We put all our budget into practical effects, which will go to my sweets. Season 5's practical effects. Awesome sauce. Thank you so much, Duffy Brothers. Thank you so much, Netflix, for actually doing some practical effects and mixing it up with some of the CG. You did an amazing job visually with this last one, especially that boss battle with the big old mind flare and Vecna. Like, really, really cool stuff. Quick fight, I don't care. I accept that. It is, once again, it's time. It is time, y'all. This doesn't need to go on anymore. If they really are going to do a spin-off series where they don't talk about the kids in Hawkins, but they mention it a few times, cool. I don't care. Give me some animated stuff, actually. I would prefer that. Give us some in-between times, in-between seasons like Clone Wars did back in the day for Star Wars. Let's do that. I think that'd be really cool for the universe that they created. Back to my sweets. Yo, this thing ended so solid and so heartwarming. And I think we needed that after a pretty crazy story. It was cool to even think that 11 survived. I personally was okay with her dying because that's how I would have ended it. Maybe not as extreme as that. Maybe she really just straight up got killed in front of everybody instead of the portal closing and her disappearing, right? That was cool. The idea that these kids and these teenagers and adults, actually, some of our older ones, they have a life after this, and it's not filled with dread and sadness. That's a really cool way to end 5 seasons of a show. Now, again, do we need more? No, we don't need more from these characters. When it comes to live action, everybody's way too old. It doesn't make sense. Unless we go with Nancy and she becomes like an investigative reporter or something like that, which may be cheesy, you know. But hey, if the writing's good, I'm here for it. And honestly, I don't have much else to say about it. I watched it. I didn't care for us making a big deal about Will being gay. Maybe that was a big deal in the 80s. But for us here in 2025, no one cares. It's the end of the world. We don't care. But it was cool that they were so accepting and nobody was weird, because in reality, dog, no one cares. And I don't feel like, I'm not like everybody else on the internet thinking it was forced down our throat. We literally saw this coming throughout the entire series. And it was a little plot line that they finished. Cool. So, to that being said, man, it's your boy Jovi, Small Couch Reviews. And I can't wait to hear what Sam has to say about this final season, or Stranger Things as a whole. And my Small Couch Review score for Stranger Things as a whole is a solid 4. And my Small Couch Review for season 5, I'm going to give it probably like a 3.5. It was good, but wasn't absolutely amazing. Awesome boss battle at the end. Happy ending. And that's all, folks. Deuces.